Anybody seen on Postecoglou? Welcome back to the Two Blues podcast and to another live match reaction from another London derby and another Chelsea win. It feels sweet to beat Tottenham. It feels good to be back. The Premier League is back, baby, and so are we. Chelsea are back. First game in a big month. This month is going to be nuts. 5 games in 15 days for Chelsea. The first of which was today against Tottenham, but we got it over the line. A win, 3 points, a clean sheet at home. By the skin of our teeth. Let's not get it twisted. I don't know how that game finished up 1-0. I don't know how there was only 1 goal. I don't know how we managed to keep a clean sheet. And I don't know how Robert Sanchez is still employed as a goalkeeper in a top football club. But my lord, did we deserve that today? Did we work for it? There was only one deserved winner today. Not a single other outcome would have been feasible. Yeah, the chances were there to be taken. We should have won by 3, 4, 5-0 today. The game should have been wrapped up. The game should have been put to bed by halftime, long before. But we got it done. Albeit the hard way, we got it done. And it is down to that midfield pivot again. Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. I know some of you, man. I know certain people in the comment section and my subscribers and the likes everywhere. In the Chelsea fan base, rival fan base, have been calling out both players. Moises Caicedo, it's been hush-hush for a while now because people are recognizing he is that good. Yes, he's a world record transfer. Yes, he's over 100 million. Yes, that's an extortionate amount of money to pay for any football player at any level, let alone a 23-year-old player that's only had 1.5 seasons under his belt at Brighton Football Club with no European pedigree, no world titles, no Champions League football. Listen, forget all of that. You take that away, pound for pound, best player on the pitch 9 times out of 10 this season for Chelsea. And that's not just the best player in Chelsea's team. That's the best player on the pitch out of 22. Moises Caicedo, pound for pound, best midfielder in the Premier League, best midfielder in the world, best at what he does. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Nobody does what Moises Caicedo does to the level that he does consistently as he does it. Yeah, unbelievable. And Enzo Fernandez has had more doubters, particularly this season. People saying that there's so many different, I don't know which complaint to go with. I don't know which direction, which tangent, which narrative to run with. There are so many different complaints about Enzo Fernandez. And I just don't get them. I feel like he is one of the few players that genuinely bleeds blue, that genuinely fights for this team, would die for this team. And he's added, the main complaint from Enzo Fernandez or from fans about Enzo Fernandez, last season was goals and assists. And he's added to that this season in abundance. He's scoring like nobody's business. He's getting in those, he's making those late runs into the box like we want to see we're accustomed to seeing from a Frank Lampard, arriving in the box late at the right time. Look, that midfield pivot, people have been saying that we've £250,000 spent, flushed down the drain, wasted. You do not know ball if you think we've wasted money on either Caicedo or Enzo Fernandez. There is no this midfield double six pivot pair, whatever you want to call it. It's here to stay. And when you add Andre Santos into that next year, that's a midfield trio that is going to dominate. Reece James don't get into that midfield. Reece James got to be shifted back to right back because there's no way you're starting him over Andre Santos, Caicedo, or Enzo Fernandez in the centre of midfield. And today, that midfield did the job exceptionally well. I mean, yeah, referee had an absolute horror show today. I thought in the first half, I thought he played really, really well. I thought he did well. I thought he let the game flow. I thought it was well-paced, fairly balanced, fairly neutral. If anything happened, it was, give one, take one. It was kind of neither team was really benefiting more than the other. But then second half, I mean, some of those decisions that he made. The first one was the one on Palmer on the edge of the box. I mean, it was frustrating enough that Palmer didn't pull the trigger himself. Why you'd want a free kick? Why you'd want to shoot over a wall instead of just shooting in open play when you've got one defender to go past. Look, Palmer frustrated me today, and Sancho, I thought, fucking stunk today. I cannot believe that FOTMob have given Nicholas Jackson a worse rating than both Neto and Sancho. I think Neto improved as the game went on, and his work rate is always there for all to see. But Sancho today, I thought, fucking stunk the gaff up. Every time he got the ball, he made the wrong decision. And Palmer did the same thing in the first half. But every time Jadon Sancho got the ball, he made the wrong decision. Yeah, you could hear it in the crowd. You could hear it. No one was happy with him. I would have hooked him at half time. Really don't know what he was thinking. He had 3-4 opportunities. And it's been extremely... Maresca's been vocal this... Oh, shit. Maresca and Sancho, everyone's been vocal this week about Sancho being told to do more, to shoot more, to take more opportunities on. But again, today, every time he got the ball and an opportunity to shoot, he'd turn back, he'd pass back, he'd look for someone else. It seems to me very, very strange that Sancho has all this backing, has all this prop behind him, has all these... Everyone wants to give him the ball. So many times in that first half, Palmer, the right ball was to play it right to Neto, but he played it left to Jadon Sancho. Everyone's giving him the ball. Everyone's giving him opportunities. And he's not doing fuck all with it. And then when he gets when he makes the right runs, when he gets in those spaces in the second half, he's squandered so many opportunities in the first half that no one wants to give him the ball anymore. For me, I think Madueke should have started today. I think it was a no-brainer to start those three, Madueke, Jackson, Palmer. You saw the impact Jackson had in the first half, Palmer had throughout the game. I think Madueke, and you saw the impact Madueke had when he come on. I think it was a misstep to not start Madueke today. Yeah. That being said, look, we won 1-0. I'm not going to sit here and complain too tough. The only other thing that I want to say is Sanchez for that Pape Matar goal. Absolutely diabolical. What was that? And I had Adam and Kieran with me the whole night, and they was, the only thing he's got going for him, shot stopping. What shot stopping? But the fact that he didn't, the lack of save for that Sarr goal. This guy is going to be the death of me. He cannot be stopped. If we get to the final of the semi-final, the final of the Conference League, there's no way he starts. He can't. I can't be having big... Like, it was tough enough to go into a big game, to go into a Carabao Cup final, an FA Cup final with Kepa as your goalkeeper. But Robert Sanchez, I mean, he just... There's not a moment he has the ball where I'm not clenching my cheeks as tight as they possibly could be. I have no confidence in him, no faith in him whatsoever. Yeah, man. Absolutely nuts. Big up Amir in the chat. Anybody involved? Oh, I didn't even say it at the start because I was getting gassed on the Jason Cundy intro. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Get involved in the chat. Obviously, it is a live stream, so let me know what you thought of the game. Amir saying, keep the blue flag flying high. Come on, boys. At the Chelsea, Amir. Come on. I'm pretty sure you called it as a win before the game, so big up yourself as well. This was a win regardless if we played against these headless Roosters home or away. They could have just given 3 points before the game instead of we beat them at full time for free. Listen, man, I said that as well before the game. I said on my TikTok live, I said out of all the big teams, because let's be honest, Tottenham aren't a big team, haven't been for a long time, but out of all the big teams in the Premier League, Tottenham are the only team that we can really beat consistently. Which just kind of goes to show that there were a fair few people today that were nervy, including myself. A lot of people had a bad gut feeling about today. And I think it's not so much as a given. Before it's been, even when we're 1-2-0 down, I kind of been thinking, we can pull this back. It's only Tottenham. But today I was kind of just thinking, if they get the first goal, and this was obviously before the game because we started with a bang. But yeah, today I was just a little bit of a different gut feeling. But performance-wise, I think we started too quickly. And if you don't know what I mean, hear me out. So we've obviously been break for 2 weeks. Jackson hasn't played, and we've been sluggish in the first half in recent weeks. In recent games, should I say, not recent weeks. But recently, I mean, we started the season where we'd come out of the blocks really, really fast. And then second half, we'd kind of tailor off a little bit. It would still be fairly consistent throughout the 90 minutes, but we would tailor off over 90 minutes. And then it's kind of become into a little bit of a phase in this kind of second third of the season, should we say, that we've started a little bit more sluggish. We've taken kind of 20 minutes to get into the game. And that's been the Chelsea of 5-10 years, where more often than not, it's taken us going behind to actually get started. And we've started to see that kind of element of Chelsea in the second third of the season, should we say. But then again, but tonight, it was back to, straight out the trap, straight out of blocks. And I felt like, number one, it was a bit of a shock to the system for the entire Chelsea team because we haven't done that in a while. But number two, yeah, I mean, coming back, Jackson, Palmer, not having played 3 weeks, Jackson had that first chance 40 seconds in. You're asking him, and I've got Adam and Kieran go, he should take that down first time. The bloke hasn't played for Chelsea for the best part of 2 months. 40 seconds in, we're linging a ball. And look, fantastic ball from Trevor Chalobah. Unbelievable ball down the middle, split them open. And maybe he should have done a little bit better. But all I'm saying is let's manage our expectations. This is a Nicholas Jackson that ain't touched a ball for Chelsea in 2 months. And all of a sudden, we're asking him to do a first-time Robert Van Persie, Wayne Rooney-esque finish over the shoulder volley. Come on, man. I mean, I'm happy with what Jackson did today. I think he hustled, he bustled, he showed exactly what he offers on the pitch and as a number 9 without scoring. I think he showed tonight that there is so much more to being a striker, to being a number 9. There is so much more to his game than just the goals. And I feel like I'm happy with his contribution tonight. He might not have scored, he might not have assisted, but he's coming back from injury and he's showed immediately why he's so important as that number 9. He's the one to hustle defenders, to make them sweat, to make them make a decision. More often than not, even with a false 9, a Pedro Neto, a Cole Palmer, a Jadon Sancho, a Christopher Nkunku, whoever's playing in that false 9 role, they haven't really had the presence that a lot of other players had. And obviously, not a lot of other players had, that Jackson has. More often than not, like I say, even when he's not scoring, he's a presence up there. He's still making a nuisance of himself. He's still difficult for defenders to deal with. He's still being a problem, providing the defenders with something to think about. And that's what I love about Nicholas Jackson, is even when he's not effective in terms of scoring, he still has a big impact off the ball. And that is something that I appreciate, like really, really appreciate. If someone's putting in the work outside of their jurisdiction and what they are expected to do, I'm more impressed with that than when they're, I don't know. I sound hypocritical there because I want him to score at the same time. You know what it is. Listen, I love Jackson. I said, could you possibly play our songs by AJ All-Stars for us, please? But mainly for us. I'm hoping I'm not asking. Could you play our song by AJ All-Stars for us? As in play Blue is the Colour? I can play Blue is the Colour. Not right now, because I'll get a copyright strike. But I'll play Blue is the Colour as a little theme tune on the way out. Yeah, we can wait a little longer. Actually, I mean, I'm not going to hold it down that much longer. I'll probably only be here a couple of more minutes. But yeah, I'll do that for you, Aaron. Since you asked nicely, my guy. But yeah, what do we think of the team today? We'll run through the ratings very quickly. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, also, I want to check real quick because I can't even lie. The stream's looking crystal on this new camera. Let me have a look. A browse. A little 2-2 browse. Let me see what the picture's saying. Can't lie, picture's clean. Picture's clean. Oh my God. This shit's fire. I say less. I'm using this camera more often. Woy. Setup's crazy. Come on. Yeah, I'll play that song for you in a minute. But right, let's go through. Right, no, that's what I wanted to do. On fucking Postecoglou's post-match conference, post-match review. I want to see what this fat cunt says. Because apparently, when Tottenham scored, he cupped his ears to the fans, like give them like, I know better than you, mate. Fat cunt has lost it. Ange Postecoglou, mate. Oh, fucking hell, that hurt my voice. I'm losing my voice. Jesus Christ. Screaming at the TV. Oh, anyway, just a quick reminder as well. If anyone's going to the Stamford Bridge tomorrow to watch the Chelsea under-21s, talk to me, bro. Fucking hell. One day ago. Recently uploaded. Ange Postecoglou. Sky Sports News. All right. Looks like we're still waiting for a an interview, a post-match interview. Oh no, we got one live. Right. Okay. Oh boys, this is long as well. Right, let's get into it. Right, okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this, but I am going to screen present. I'm going to share screen. Let's fucking go. Can you see if I go full screen or not? No, you can't. All right. Oh, no, I've just opened my bin. All right. Let's go. Let's hear what he has to say. Man said it's not the same game it used to be. Right, real quick. First thing that came out of Ange Postecoglou's mouth. It's killing the game. It's not the game it used to be. Bruv, your midfielder assaulted Caicedo. You fucking fat paedophile. Right, yeah, fucking, he's calling out individual members of VAR. He's just called out Jared Gillett. He's given you 12 minutes of added time, you cunt. No, I don't think anybody does want the discussion, actually, mate. Fucking cunt. Tell me what's clear and obvious. He's put his fucking studs in the side of his knee, you fat cunt. Oh, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. It was clear and obvious. You're a fat fucking wanker, mate.
Ange Postecoglou there talking after the game. The Guardian sports writer Jonathan Liu and Time Football reporter Sharp joining us out on back pages tonight. Jonathan, let's start with you. I mean, Ange Postecoglou, it's not the first time.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's lost all my respect, that's all I had for him. Look, I say lost all my respect. I didn't really have that much fucking respect for him to start with, to be honest. You know, as someone that's won stuff at Celtic, I wouldn't really, I'll be honest, with all due respect, I wouldn't count that. I'm not counting winning trophies at Celtic as an achievement. It's not. You could fucking stick a snowman in charge of Celtic and he'd win the fucking SPL. It's not hard to win the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. I don't know where this ego's come from. A lot of people have been a fan of this happy-go-lucky football for a while, and I have said for a long time, as enjoyable as it is, as great as it is, as inclusive as it is, it's not the top league. It's not. He doesn't play football. He plays You know, he plays power league, he plays baller league, he plays five-a-side, he plays enjoyment, and we're here to creatively express ourselves. Yes, that's what every manager would want. But at the end of the day, if some butts were candies and nuts, bruv, we don't live in that kind of world. This is the Premier League. This is the league where anybody could beat anyone. You got to go up against Stoke and fuck on a rainy Tuesday night and fucking tough teams. Mate, you got to learn how to conform and how to adapt and how to be a better manager. To be a good manager, you've got to be adaptable and flexible. You can't and versatile. You can't just go into every single situation with the same attack, the same approach, expecting a different outcome. That's the definition of madness. Doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. I personally lost respect for Ange Postecoglou as a manager and as a person a while ago because he's jumped on the Jurgen Klopp train of finding excuses where there are none. Just fucking own up. Just say you're not good enough. Say your team's not good enough. Call them out. Make the hard fucking shouts. But to sit there and say, complain about the VAR for 6 minutes. Bruv, the only contentious decision is that Pape Sarr didn't get a red card. He put his studs in the side of Caicedo's knee. I can't believe it took 6 minutes. It was very, very clear to see to the naked eye that your midfielder that should have been booked 30 seconds ago for diving, because he's a dirty, cheating cunt, should have been sent off. Straight red card for the challenge on Caicedo. And if not a straight red card, it's a second yellow, because he should have been booked for the simulation 30 seconds before. So Ange Postecoglou has absolutely nothing to complain about. If anything, it was one chalked off either side. Because if you give the goal, if you're going to complain about that, I'm going to complain about the offside against Colwill. I don't think it was offside. I thought it was offside initially, but if you're going to sit here and say that the fucking Sarr's offside and that's not a foul, Sarr's a goal and that's not a foul, I'm going to sit here and say that Colwill wasn't offside. So it should have been 2-1. So you've got nothing to complain about as is. Fucking wankers, mate. Always going to find a problem. But yeah, you're not wrong. Mr. Brightside is a banger. Bruv, so nice he had to say it twice. Yeah, Mr. Brightside used to be a killer when I used to go to no pun intended. Yeah. When you used to go to the clubs, 10 years ago? Bruv, I sound old as hell saying that. When you used to go out to the clubs 10 years ago, that used to be the song that they used to play to get everyone off the dance floor at the end of the night at like 4:30, 4:45. If you heard Mr. Brightside, the Killers come on, that's when you know, man. That is when you know, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Zigga zagga, zigga zagga, zigga zagga, zigga zagga. Chelsea! Right, come on. See the stream out, lads. It's been real. Appreciate you, Amir. Appreciate everybody else. Amir, get your boys onto the channel, man. Put your boys onto the channel. Make sure they all subscribe as well. We need to get the watch hours up. Me and Charles have... Oh, no! I've unplugged the camera. What a fucking nightmare. What an absolute fucking nightmare. How have I managed that? Fuck knows. Yeah. Get all your boys on. If any of your boys are Chelsea fans, get them onto the channel. Get them to join in on the chat, man. It'd be good to have a few more people getting involved in the comment sections. You will be getting an episode of Chopping It Up with Charms tomorrow. Mr. C Money will likely give you his post-match reaction to this game tomorrow on Chopping It Up with Charms, and then you might get a little weekend stream, little Saturday stream before obviously Sunday is back to match day. So hopefully I'll be able to give you a live match preview as well as a live match reaction. But you know what it is, man. You know who we be. You know who we are. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Follow at Two Blues Podcast on the Instagram, the TikTok. Make sure to tell your family, tell your friends to subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back very, very soon with some more Chelsea content. Big up yourselves. Come on. Oh, and if anybody, last but not least, last post-credit scene, anybody going Stamford Bridge tomorrow? Under 21s. Playing tomorrow, Stamford Bridge, Friday, 4th of April, 7 p.m. versus Aston Villa. If anybody's going, give us a shout. Let's go for a beer. Link up. Come on. Out there, Chelsea.